Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Connor here, and today, welcome to another top 5 ranking video. Now, this time it is going to be my vinyls again, but this time it's going to be my top 5 vinyl albums I enjoy listening to and I love listening to. So, we're just going to be messing around today. This is just a random video, another one, but I came up with this one. So, this time it's another vinyl video, and the last time I made like a vinyl record video was my collection video last summer, if you guys remember that one. So this time I'm doing it again, but this time I'm doing a top 5 vinyl records I love and enjoy listening to. So without further ado, enough of the talking, and let's get started. Coming at number 5 is Led Zeppelin 4. Now, hands down, this is my favorite Led Zeppelin album, my number 1 favorite actually. Making really good songs on here, such as Black Dog, Rock and Roll, Stairway to Heaven, Battle of Evermore. Stairway to Heaven, probably the best one on the album. There were other ones on here. Give me a second. That says it on here. Oops. Okay. Oh, and Misty Mountain Hop. I forgot about that one. So, yeah, making really amazing songs in this one, actually. But hands down, my favorite song on this album is Rock and Roll, just because how fast-paced it is. And I'm all about that fast-paced music, especially for metal music. But Led Zeppelin did the work on that song. But all in all the other songs on this album is really incredible and outstanding. And that is why Led Zeppelin 4 is my number 5 on the records I listen to. Number 4 is going to be Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires. Now, I know this is not like technically a full album, but it basically is, in my opinion. But even though this is basically an EP of this band, but I say this is a legit album. Now, a really good group coming out of Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is actually 2 hours from where I live. I freaking love this band. Actually, a best friend I know, me and him are actually in love with this band. We also got a t-shirt with their logo on it. And our favorite song is on another album, which is coming up. But the songs on this one, which are really good ones, like Safari Song, Flower Power, A Change Is Gonna Come, Highway Tune, and Black Smoke Rising, which is probably the best song from them so far. But the number 1 song I love on this EP/album, what was that? Okay, I'm not doing that ever again. I have 2 favorites, Highway Tune and Black Smoke Rising. These guys had the classic rock sound coming back, and these guys defined it. This is basically the definition for new and improved classic rock. So, and my favorite member in this band, hands down, Josh Kiska, because what could go wrong with him? He's the best singer ever. He sounds just like Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin, even though I just said Zeppelin 4. But all in all, Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires is my number 4 for my favorite albums. Coming into my number 3, this is basically a band that is not really talking about anymore, or a talking point, I should say. But I still listen to these guys, and I think they're probably the coolest band I've ever listened to, especially for my dad, because he was the one that got me into this band. Warner Brothers presents Montrose. This is basically the 3rd album from Montrose. But this is basically the first band with Sammy Hagar before he did his solo albums and Van Halen. But this is the one album that doesn't include him. Has the members in this one is Jim Alcavar on keyboards, Danny Carmassi on drums. And if you guys know that name, Danny Carmassi, he was the drummer for Heart for a few years. Alan Fitzgerald on bass, Bob James on vocals, and Ronnie Montrose on the guitar. But Ronnie Montrose, he was basically the king on guitar in the 70s, before Eddie Van Halen was a thing, or at least Van Halen was a thing as a whole. But the reason why I put this on number 3 is just because making really good songs on here, like Matriarch, All I Need, 20 Flight Rock, Dancing Feet, Oh Lucky Man, Clown Woman, and Black Train. Now, my number 1 favorite song on this album is Black Train, because it's another fast-paced song, and if you guys never heard of this band, or at least heard of the name before, if you guys haven't listened to them in a while, I recommend you go check them out. Even though they only made like 4 albums in the 70s and 1 in the late 80s, they're still a cool band. They're not bad. But all in all, that's why Montrose, Warner Brothers Presents, is my number 3 for my favorite albums. Number 2 is Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. Now, this is the second Greta Van Fleet album, I should say, and this is the full album, not an EP this time. But this is basically me and my best friend's favorite album. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about my buddy Nick. But this is me and him's favorite album, and our favorite song is on here, which is the first track, Age of Man. It's been our favorite song for a while, and I basically got him into Greta 4 months ago, and he's hooked in this band now. So at least I got another friend who listens to this band, and this song album, besides Age of Man, has some other great tunes on here, like The Cold Wind, When the Curtain Falls, Lover, Leaver, Taker, Believer, Anthem. It's just another great Greta album. A lot of people said this is not a really good album. A lot of people rated it at 1.6. But I highly disagree on that one. This is another entry to the Greta Van Fleet series, or albums that they made. But all in all, this comes in second place for my favorite albums to listen to as a whole. And now my number 1 pick is Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Now, this is actually my number 1 favorite Black Sabbath album as a whole. And this is basically the first album that got me introduced to Black Sabbath, or I should say Ozzy Osbourne as a whole. Crap, I keep on saying as a whole a lot in this video. I should actually start saying that more. But anyway, probably hands down, excuse my French for this one, but it's probably one of the most badass albums ever made from Black Sabbath. Making great tunes such as Paranoid, War Pigs, Iron Man, Rat Salad, and Fairies Wear Boots. Now, my favorite song on this album is hands down Iron Man, just because it basically represents Iron Man as a superhero, well, throughout the years before Black Sabbath made this song. And the reason why I love this song is just because how the pace it is, how the speed, I should say, and the tempo and the beats and the instruments actually, and the vocals from Ozzy. But but Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne was the vocals, Tony Iommi was the lead guitarist, Geezer Butler was the bass player, and Bill Ward was the drummer for the band. And I actually like all the instruments on those songs, or in that specific song. But Black Sabbath is basically the first band that defined heavy metal music, but there were like other bands that defined it, but I say this band has that metal feel. So, that's all my albums, my top 5 favorite albums to listen to, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.